Hey guys, it's Debbie from refreshfreestyle.com, and today I'm sharing how to use the Couture transfers from A to Z, from beginning to end. And I'm using the beautiful transfer I showed you just a second ago where the cut lines are, and I've cut my transfer. Now I'm going to fuzz my transfer. And you don't have to do this for every project, but I'm going to do it just to show you. You can add a little fuzz to the back of each transfer. And what that does, it helps you when it's time to remove the transfer, because these are very, very sticky. They're made so that you can use them dozens of times if you take care of your transfer, and that's what I'm going to show you. I just use a white towel. You can use anything you like. Some people just put them against their pant leg or whatever just to get a little fuzz on the back of them. And I'm putting it on the chalkboard. This is the Aiden chalkboard from Chalk Couture. It's also magnetic, and it's one of the ones available in my shop. And I'm going to add the second part of the transfer, and I'm going to overlap it just a little bit so that when I apply the chalk paste, I don't have a line of chalk in there, where I don't want it. But just in case you do get the chalk paste anywhere that you don't want it, you can just take a wet wipe or a damp cloth and wipe it off. It's very easy to remove. I'm using the white chalkology paste, and you just need to give your paste a stir. If it seems a little dry, put a little spritz of water in there, just a small amount at a time, and then stir it well. And I just apply my chalk paste on one side of my transfer because I squeegee from left to right, and really all around, just to make sure that I get the silk screen area covered. And here I am just laying my chalk paste on the transfer using the angled squeegee, and I'm going to start at the bottom first. All you want to do is make sure that all of the silkscreen area is covered with the chalk paste, and then I go back over just to smooth it out a little bit so that I don't have any thicker lines, and that's very easy to do. Once I remove the transfer, I just lay it in my water, and it stays there until I get ready to wash the whole transfer. And the reason I do this is so that it doesn't dry out. The chalk paste dries fairly quickly, and I want to take care of my transfers so that they last a long time. And as you can see, I went left and right, and now I'm just going vertical and horizontal. And the main thing is I'm just trying to smooth out the chalk paste so that my letter looks nice and crisp when I'm finished. You can put any excess chalk paste back into your container, and when you remove your transfer, be sure to grab both sides of it and pull off as evenly as possible, because they are silk screens and they can stretch a little. And there it is, and you can see how crisp and nice the lines of the transfer created. A beautiful piece of art that you can make permanent by spraying with clear poly. And now I'm just using my fingertips to rub across the back of the transfer and the front. While you're doing this, this also takes the fuzz off that you added, so that each time when you reuse the transfer, it's just as good as new. And you can use these dozens of times. I'm just mainly getting off the majority of the chalk paste, and then I'm going to get my towel again and lay the transfers over there and wipe them with a Clorox wipe. And what that does is it just ensures that I've got all the fuzz off and all the chalk paste. I want all of my projects to look nice and crisp, just like this one. And I'm going to just turn them over on one side and wipe them, and then turn them over on the other side and wipe them. And what I do once they are clean, I just turn them sticky side up and let them dry on my towel before I add the backing back to the transfers that I removed when I started. Now that the transfers are clean, and I'm going to hold them up so you can see them, they looked just as good as they did when I started. No fuzz. Now they're ready to dry, and they will be sticky, and I will add the backing on them. At this time, I also clean my squeegee and I clean my little stir stick. That way I can just keep using these over and over again too. I love a project that can be used multiple times. Now that everything's laying here to dry, I'll show you the transfer backing. There's a shiny side and then a dull side. The shiny side is what you want to put back onto the transfer. So it's shiny side to sticky side. That way you'll be able to remove it easily when you're ready. And what I do is just mark the side that is not going against the transfer. So otherwise, in other words, the back of the transfer. Just mark it. That way you won't have a sticky problem on your hands. And then while the transfers are laying on the towel, I take the backing and apply it to the dry transfer, just like this. It's, sometimes it takes a couple of times to get it on there straight, and then I just smooth it out on the front. And this one, I do the same thing. Get them on there, smooth out the corners, and if your corners are turning up a little bit, I just add a little bit more pressure to press it down. And if they're curling up a lot, you could put them on the transfer and then set like a book or something on top of it. And that's it for this session. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you.